Hey, I'm back. She's back. Your good sis is back. I'm good sis K. This is deep here. It's Bible stories, and we're talking about Joseph and his brothers and 𝐿𝐴, yeah? But before we get into the Bible, this juicy story, I need to let you know that I finally got to 1,000 subscribers, and that is because of you guys. Liking, sharing, commenting, supporting, encouraging me and gassing my head. Said, yeah, I like that one. I said, oh, I like that one. Let me give you another one. Next minute, you know, boom, bam. I've got 1,000 subscribers. Girl Like Me's official now. Yeah, so my head's a little bit bigger. If you ain't noticed, it's swole with the ego, you know. But yeah, in all seriousness, thank you guys so much. I did not think in 4 months I would get here, and I got here because of the love and support you guys have shown me. I cannot tell you how much I appreciate you. I'm gonna do my best to keep giving you these videos, and thank you. I love this. I feel like am I wrong? Are we family now? Joseph, what happened with this? Alright. So, Joseph, the son of Jacob, was one of 12 sons. He had 10 older brothers and 1 younger brother who his mum Rachel died giving birth to. Joseph and his brothers were hard workers. They helped their father tend to sheep and on the field. They weren't lazy. Amongst Jacob's many sons, Joseph was his favourite. They spent a lot of time together, and the boys did not like that. They felt like with all the hard work and effort that they put into helping their father, everything was still all about Joseph. So Joseph's 17th birthday comes, and his dad gifts him with a coat. And the coat is sharp, colourful. Let me do out Joseph. Let me do out Joseph's coat. This is like this is my technicolored. Should we do this for the video? This is the coat, yeah, this is the levels. It was different colours. It was a lot going on. It wasn't like this, because obviously Joseph is a guy, but oosh, 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 oosh. This is what 𝐥𝐤𝐤𝐿 was saying. So he's got the coat, he's celebrating his 17th birthday, doing that party, doing that games night, celebrating his birthday, and the hype's died down. So a couple of nights go past after his birthday, and Joseph has a weird dream. So he wakes up excited, and the first brother he sees is Simeon. So he says, yo, Simmer, you there about my dream? You never get Simeon's like, no, Joseph. Every day, Joseph. Nobody cares about your dream, yeah? People's got actual work to do. Loud man. But the problem is, Joseph's not listening. Joseph's still trying to force up dream on Simeon. He's not hearing it. That's just the kind of person Joseph is. Excited. He doesn't read the room. See? He needs to read the room. Or just listen. Simeon said he don't want to hear that. He says, in my dream, all of us were tying up sheep in the fields. But next thing, my sheep stand up on his hind legs, and then all of your sheep was bowing down to my sheep. So Simeon looks at his brothers like, are you man hearing this? So Joseph, clearly not knowing how to read the room, carries on. He said, no, listen, this next dream, the suns, the stars, the moon, they was bowing down to me. It was nice. Now his brothers are getting mad. They're like, yo, brother, you jump you. If you don't leave, for real. If you don't stop with this dream thing, yo, step off. Yeah? See a sheep out there wandering. Go follow that. Go. Dreams. Looking at each other. Then Simeon grabs a stick. Yeah, Simeon grabs a stick. So when Joseph sees the stick now, he's like, it runs off. So a couple of days later, Jacob sends Joseph to go check on his brothers who were all resting on the hillside. They were all actually talking about Joseph and about how annoying he is. So when they spot Joseph running up to them all excited and giddy, they actually decided there and then to kill him. Oh no! The only brother that felt reluctant to kill him was Reuben, the oldest. But because he could see the others were hell-bent on killing Joseph, he decided to give them alternatives. He said, let's just throw him down a deserted well and figure out what to do with him later. And they all agreed, plus Joseph was almost there, so they had to kind of cut the conversation before he got there. Can't be planning man's defeat while man's listening. Doesn't matter how slow the man is. So as he catches up to his brothers, they pull off his good M&S coat that his dad gave him, dash him in the well, leave him there, decide what they're going to do with him later. Now I have to be real with you guys, as an older sibling, this actually disgusts me, because you can have disagreements with your siblings. It can get like a little bit off, but taking his Jackie. His Jackie. Like, how low will you go? Dash him in the well? Jackie, too far. Cross the line. Anyway, the weak hearts that Jacob's wife gave birth to all went home and left little Jay in the well. But you see Reuben, the oldest, his conscience was burning him and he felt away. So he decided he's going to go back up to the well a little later. So on the journey home, they met some merchants from Egypt who were returning after selling out their stock. And then Levi got an idea that they should sell their brother to the merchants. That way, they get rid of him and make a little change. They went to ask the older brother, but they couldn't find him. So they did a majority rules kind of thing and decided, all right, yeah, we don't have to kill him. We'll just send him. That way, we got rid of him, make the money, less hassle. So they grabbed up Joseph out the well, tied him up and sold him for peas and rice. Sorry, 20 silver coins. Now, when Reuben pops back up, it's too late. Rescue mission ruined, he sold him already, so he takes his share of the coins. Next, they found a goat, slaughtered that, chopped it up like vegetables, smeared the blood on his coat, mashed up the refund policy, but that's besides the point. They took the coat to their dad and lied, telling him he was mashed up by some animal. Can you believe that? Can you believe that? Well, the dad did. And started one piece of weeping and wailing over his favourite kid. But blessed was Joseph, because despite what happened to his coat and the little hiccup with his brothers, you know, betrayal, jealousy, kidnap, he was sold to a rich assistant named Potiphar, who happened to be the Pharaoh's assistant. Now our Joseph, he did good out there. He was happy, helpful, handsome. So he did all right, they liked him. To the level that Potiphar even put Joseph in charge of his properties. So he's come there as like some servant or slave being bought, but he's gained such merit of his name that they've now exalted him and he's in charge of big things. So Joseph's got responsibilities. Joseph's probably better than when he's with his brothers. So Potiphar put Joseph in charge of his properties, but his wife wasn't going for that. She's like, this guy you employed a little while ago and now he's running things. I run around things. I'm the wife. If it's not you, it's me. If it's not me, it's you. Who's Joseph? So she tried making problems for Joseph, setting traps for him, trying to seduce him, because she don't like the role that her husband's appointed him. Who's Joseph when he's at home? Or at my home? That's how she's feeling. So she's not feeling Joseph, so she tried to set him up. Anyway, she kept going and setting him up until Potiphar ended up putting Joseph in jail. Joseph got sent to jail because of the wife. Yeah? So the brothers, and then anyway, back to the story. So listen to this. While he's inside, he overhears two guys talking. Come to find out they used to work for the Pharaoh. Keep in mind, Joseph worked for the Pharaoh's assistant, not directly for the Pharaoh. These guys were talking about some weird dreams they had, and Joseph speaks up. Dreams? That's my thing. So the baker and the servant respond. Look at this kid, bless him. Joseph says, don't patronise me, please. God helps, man, obviously. I'm just the messenger, just translating. But dreams? My thing. You want dreams? You need dreams? I can sell you dreams and I can interpret them. Sorry. He says, God helps man, and I just explain him. So with nothing better to do anyway, they give him a chance. So he starts with the servant. He says, good news, you only got 3 days left in here. And when you come out, the Pharaoh's gonna rehire you. So you see, when you come out, don't forget, man, hashtag free Joseph. Ask him to release me. But hey, out of sight, out of mind. Joseph sat down there 2 long years before it even crossed man's mind again. Until one day, the Pharaoh himself had a funny dream. See? So the Pharaoh calls on his council and his advisors to try and translate it. But they didn't know diddly. Ned Flanders. So now the big-head servant remembers Joseph. So Pharaoh sends for Joseph. So when Joseph gets there, Pharaoh's like, so my servant tells me you're interpreting dreams. So he's like, Jah will give you the meaning. I just voice it. It's not me. It's God. I can help you. So listen, straight face. This is the Pharaoh's dream, right? He says, in my dream, I saw 7 fat cows eating grass in a field. Next thing, 7 thin, ugly cows rise up from the river now and swallow the fat ones. So what is that about? So Joseph's trying to meds now, figure out the dream. He's like, 7 fat cows, thin, ugly cows, rising up the Nile. So after he's done his little meds and pacing the room, he comes and talks to the Pharaoh to translate his dream. He said the dream is a warning from God. A famine is going to start and it's going to drag out for 7 years. There'll be no rain, no food to grow, and many people will starve out and dead. So the Pharaoh's like, rah, that's actually mad. So what, we're all doomed? Joseph's like, nah, my brother, it's a warning. He said the fat cows that came first is a sign that you will have 7 years of plenty. So take the warning and stock up on food, grains and livestock and other supplies. Take this opportunity to make excess food so you can store it until the time comes. So the Pharaoh is relieved and he bigs up Joseph in front of everyone. He tells him he's wise and he thanks him. He gasses his head and then appoints him as overseer. So with his promotion, he does his thing and helps people store more than they needed. Famine starts now. 7 years later, when everyone around Egypt is suffering, animals are dying, rivers and lakes are dried up and people are starving. Meanwhile, thanks to Joseph, Egypt is good. No panic buying needed, they all had prepared. They had so much extra, they started selling their extras to the people that were suffering outside of Egypt. This included Jacob and his sons. Their crops had failed and their sheep had died. Sad times for them, they had nothing left. But through the grapevine, they heard that the Pharaoh of Egypt was selling food and goods. So Jacob said, why do you keep looking at each other? Go to Egypt and carry back some food. So he sent his sons to get the food for the family, but he kept little Benjamin with him, the youngest. So now, the brothers trod down to the palace of the Pharaoh to see a man royally dressed distributing the food. Not realizing that it's Joseph, they greeted him and bowed down just like they did in his dream 10 years ago. Now Joseph recognized them and noticed they didn't recognize him, so he started to mess with their head. First he asked them where they came from and accused them of being spies. He said, you man come here to make trouble, you lot come here to make problem. And they're like, no, it's not even like that. It's not even like that. We just come to grab 1-2 grains. We're broke, we're hungry. It's not even like that. We here say you had food, we want to come with our little, we got 1-2 coins, we're not even begging, we're just trying, you know, we ain't got nothing. So he asks them a couple questions and finds out things he already knew, like they've got a little brother and a dad. He says, all right, here what, one of you stay here, the rest of you take the food back with you and your bag of silver, you can keep that. And when you come back with your youngest brother, then I'll believe you're not spies and release him. So when they arrived back home and they let their dad know everything that was going on, he was skeptical and he waited till the food had run out to even consider it. He was nervous that he'd lose another son after losing Joseph. So now the cupboards are empty again though. So the dad's trying to compromise now. So he's like, grab a little balm, a little honey, some spices, a bit of myrrh, some pistachios, a couple almonds and double the silver. True, he never took the money the last time. Pops didn't want to owe the man nothing. So they set off again, prepared this time with the little brother. the silvers from this food and the last time, and some extras. But Joseph was still on this mind games, still playing with his brothers. Joseph, he's held it up in his hand. That was a good jacket. Every man wants that. That's what pushed the brothers off the edge. They all wanted a colourful coat. Okay? Anyway. But Joseph ain't done messing with them. This time he orders his servants to treat them like royalty. He said, take them to my house, invite them to dinner. When they got there, he had the servants take off their jackets, wash their feet, lay out the table. He had them seated oldest to youngest. He fed them well, filled up their sacks, gave them back the brother that he'd held there, and sent them on their way. But this time, he set them up. He told his guard to sneak one of his silver goblets into one of the brothers' sacks. The little brother, to be precise, sent them on their way. Then he said to the guard, give them a couple hours and then catch up to them. And then when you discover it, say to them, have you repaid good with evil? Is this not the cup that my master drinks from and uses for divination? This is a wicked thing. This is a wicked thing you're doing. So the brothers had to go back and get patted down and searched. And when they got back, Joseph, he felt bad, like he went too far. So he finally spoke up. He said, everyone leave except these men. And when the staff, soldiers, servants and security scarpered off, he revealed himself. Not like that, come on, Bible stories. Let's not do that. Come on, people, let's not do that. He revealed himself as his brother. He said, it's me, your brother Joseph, the one you dashed down the well and sold into Egypt. Remember me? The jacket in the well? It's all good though, because I've done all right for myself. God's been backing me. I've been saving lives, including yours. Go tell Pops everything I've said and everything you've seen and bring him here. And he hugged them. And this time he blessed them all. He gave them all new clothes and 300 shekels of silver. And for his father, he sent 10 male and female donkeys loaded with sacks of the finest things of Egypt. They were happy. They hugged him, showed love. They couldn't believe it at first, but I mean, they got 300 shekels, not much to argue about. So they went back, they told their dad everything. And when the dad saw the donkeys loaded with sacks full of gifts, he believed it. And he made a promise to go to Egypt and see his son, who he believed was gone for over 10 years. It's a happy ending. You know, I want to put in my quick 2 cents, my opinion, because you know I have one and you know I love yours. I'm going to say this. Faith, compassion, forgiveness, these are all things that Joseph has that I'm working on. You take my jacket, you're going to have to reimburse that. Dry clean, yeah? I want public apology. It's a lot that he went through. And yeah, it worked out for him, but that was nothing to do with you. And if you were still in that same position, would you be so nice to me? Now I got status, you let a rating, but otherwise you wouldn't. You dashed me down again. So no, I don't know if I'd forgive that easily. But big up Joseph. Thank you for listening. Love. Give me your morals at the bottom. Till next time. This is 𝐦𝐨𝐵𝐞. I'm Kay. Take care. Love. You ready for the fashion show? Oosh, 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 oosh. Get the London look. Get the Joseph look. Fill up the donkeys with the sacks full of Egypt's finest. Send it to my father. That's it from me, guys. I really hope you enjoyed this one. Thank you for listening. I'll be back with more actual viral stories in the future. Put in the comments which one to do next. I'm thinking Samson and Delilah. Let me know or vote your favourite, and most importantly, give me your opinions and your morals on this story and how you have perceived it. Again, thanks for watching. Bye.